Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be going over a very interesting money making method I just kind of discovered a little while ago, and it's a very low level method. Now the reason this has become viable is just a very minor tweak to the Lobstrosity monster that happened I think just a month ago. So let's just go quickly have a look at the drop table and see if you can tell me why this monster might actually be, well, pretty good money per hour to be honest. Okay, here's a Lobstrosity. The way you kill it is underwater on Fossil Island. We'll go over how the best way to kill this is, but let's have a look at the drop table and see if we can figure out what might make this good money per hour. So obviously, raw lobster's not good. They do have rune drops, some minor things obviously. They have seed drops, but they are rare, and herb drops, which are always nice. The giant seaweed drops in notes of 6, so that's 3k drop, but still nothing crazy. So what the valuable item is the seaweed spore. The GE market price is never accurate for whatever reason on here, but they drop in quantities of 1 to 5. However, from doing this, it seems like they drop in 5 pretty frequently. Now on the wiki, it's showing the market price at only 546. However, when I was doing this, they're actually worth 5k each. Now they're down to about 3k or something like that. But if it's 5k each, that's a 25k drop. 3k each, that's a 15k drop. And on top of that, they actually just spawn naturally in the area, I think between 1 and 3, although I think they can spawn upwards of 5. So literally, they'll just show up on the ground and that's extra money. So on top of that, they have other minor drops and runes and seeds and stuff. So all in all, it's actually a very good low-level monster to kill. So before we go there, one thing you need to keep in mind when you're fighting them is that you can only use certain weapons. Now I'm going to be using the Brine Saber. You can also use the Trident of the Seas, however I didn't really feel like the extra rune cost is worth it, so we're just going to use the Brine Saber. Another thing you have to keep in mind is your weight needs to be under 28 kilos when you're going underwater. You don't actually need to really wear the diving apparatus or the fishbowl helmet because you just are going to swim there quickly, and then you won't need them anyway, and it just adds quite a bit of extra weight. So this is what I'm bringing. You're just going to have to kind of just work with what gear you have and just keep equipping and unequipping things. I'm equipping one piece of graceful legs, and this is bringing my weight actually down to 18 kilos. It's 25 normally, however, any item I equip in the leg slot will put me over anyway, so I just decided to bring the graceful legs. And maybe there's something else I could wear, but that's fine. Just some monkfish because they do actually do a bit of damage, not much, and also a superset, and I might prayer flip them. Easiest way to get there is by far the dig site pendant. You're just going to teleport to the dig site, and then you're going to run over, use the quick hop feature on the barge, and then go north. We'll just do the whole thing. It's kind of an annoying process. I wish they'd kind of speed this up a bit, because for one, okay, got to go quick travel here. Once you've quick traveled, you have to click on the rowboat. You want to go to the north of the island. Then you have to take another boat. I swear this is like literally real life for me. If I have to go from one island to another, I have to take like 5 boats sometimes. Then you have to row it to sea. And finally, you have to dive down. Another thing worth mentioning is you will need to take off your Brine Saber. You'll start running out of oxygen, but the area is not that far away, so it's really not that big a deal. So from the lather spawn, you're going to go east. The Lobstrosities are in the very southeastern corner. Very quick to get to, although the underwater currents can be a little bit of a bitch. So let's go head over there and we'll start killing them. Okay, so we made it down to the Lobstrosities, and look at that, already got a drop of 5 seaweed spores. That's 25k, that was on my like 3rd kill or something. So in the area, basically you're going to slowly be running out of oxygen. However, there are the air bubbles that all you have to do is run into them when you're running out of oxygen. You can see I'm at 9%, and you just run into one. And you can even fight a lobster while you're doing it. So you just have to kind of be mindful of that, but really it's not that big a deal. So what we're looking for, of course, the seaweed spores, giant seaweed, runes are pretty good, so we just gotta drop up giant seaweed. That's 3.4k there, and these things really aren't that high level. You can kill them at pretty low level. You just need obviously access to Fossil Island, but beyond that, well, Brine Saber as well. Anyone with like 50 stats should be able to kill them pretty quickly. Also, they're a pretty good source of fossil drops, and now we're not really sure what the whole point of fossils are currently, but soon there might be a better use for them. So we're going to kill these things for an hour, we're going to see what kind of drops we're going to get, and just see how much money you could actually make killing this random ass lobster. Alright, so let's get started. So I went and had a look at the wiki, and it seems like the changes to the seaweed spore happened just a month ago, or not even, on July 12th. So we're going to have to see where the price goes from here. It's been fluctuating between 2k and 5k for a long time, and nothing really changed when the update came around. One thing I didn't mention earlier is that for Ironman, this is actually a very good way to get seaweed spores. Otherwise, don't even know how else you get them. And farming for giant seaweed is actually a pretty good way to help train your crafting level up. So even if the prices did crash, this will still be a pretty viable method to get seaweed spores for Ironman accounts. So you can see I'm getting lots of rune drops. I'm getting death runes, chaos runes, nature runes. Actually, they drop 1k coins a lot, which I'm picking up just for the video. It's a bit of a pain though. They drop toad legs. I don't know why the fuck I picked those up. They're kind of useless. Lots of herbs. Actually drop noted herbs, interestingly enough. Okay, so this is halfway through. I just have to go to bed now because actually it's 2 a.m. I don't know how that happened. So we're just going to finish up the last half an hour in the morning. But you can see I already got 38 seaweed spores. Now we're going to try selling them for 5k each. So that was 180k in seaweed spores. We got quite a bit of giant seaweed. Toad's leg. I don't know why I picked these up. 30 nature runes, 140 chaos, 70 death runes. A fair bit of herbs, and they actually drop noted like I said before, which is kind of interesting. 70 death runes. And we also got 2 small fossils and a large fossil, I believe. Okay, so assuming we sell the seaweed spores for 180k, and we have 100k right now, we're at close to 300k, about 280k, so not too bad. Alright guys, so we're done. So we just managed to sell the rest of our items here for 189k, and a little bit for the toad's legs as well, so that brings us up to 308k. So on the last half an hour, we got 56 seaweed spores, so that's very nice. We're going to sell them for 4,998. And we have a bunch of other items to sell off too. We ended up getting even more fossils in the last hour. We got quite a few medium fossils, a large fossil, and a lot of small fossils as well. So the seaweed spores do sell pretty slow, but they do sell like 100 to 200 an hour sometimes. So we're gonna have to wait for those to sell, but everything else we can pretty much insta sell. And we also have 60 of the giant seaweed. So the giant seaweed didn't sell earlier, so we're gonna have to drop that down more, maybe put in for 400 or something. So yeah, let's check back in when everything is sold and we'll see our total profit. Alright guys, so we're back and all the seaweed spores sold for 5k each. So we have 462k in cash, and now let's claim the offer, 279k. So in 1 hour we made 741k, which is crazy. Mine is like supplies, let's say maybe 700k an hour from a simple crustacean. So I went and checked the prices of seaweed right now, and they're only 3k each. So obviously this method is going to vary quite a bit with the price of the seaweed spores, but something to keep in mind if you're a low level Ironman or even a medium level account, because 700k an hour is pretty good for killing any monster, to be honest. The downside is the combat experience is shit though. The brine saber is not that great, and this kind of a pain to swim around the water, but otherwise not a bad method. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave the video a like, and I will see you next time.